Spring, 1902. A Portland, Oregon photographer named Darius B was 52 years old and had been photographing the Pacific Northwest for 2 decades. He had a project in mind, ambitious, perhaps impossible. He was going to travel the entire Oregon Trail by wagon, the 2,170-mile route from Independence, Missouri to Oregon City, and photograph it. Moon photographed everything. The wagon ruts still visible in the soil, 60 years after the last pioneer wagons had passed through. The grave markers, small wooden crosses with hand-carved names. The river crossings, the Platte, the Sweetwater, the Snake, the prairie grass tall and dry rippling in the wind. The Independence Rock in Wyoming, a massive granite boulder with thousands of names carved into it. Moon returned to Portland in the fall of 1902. He gave public lectures with the slides. He would project them on a large screen in a church hall or a theater, narrating as the images filled the wall. Portlanders paid 25 cents each to see the Oregon Trail in color, with Moon's live narration. He showed the slides across the Pacific Northwest for several years. For almost 70 years, the Moon slides were lost. Then, in the late 1970s, a Library of Congress researcher named James E. Price found a collection of unmarked glass slides in the library's Photochrome collection. The slides had been miscatalogued for decades. Price identified them as Moon's work and published a small scholarly article. The 355 slides were preserved, digitized at high resolution, and put online. The Moon slides show the Oregon Trail as it was in 1902, but they show it as it had been for the previous 60 years, because nobody had bothered to develop the trail corridor after the Transcontinental Railroad had been completed in 1869. You can see the deep wagon ruts worn into the soil, sometimes a foot deep. Today, the Moon slides are part of the Library of Congress's Oregon Trail collection. They have been shown at the Smithsonian and at the Oregon Historical Society. They have been studied by historians trying to understand how the trail changed or didn't change between 1843 and 1902. They are also simply beautiful objects.